It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show with Lady Love, Bad Funny, and I go by Miss Lissa. We gon' wake that ass up. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show. We give you what you need, yo. You need, yo. Every 3 times a week, yo. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show.
Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese, about to wake that ass up. Girl, who is you playing with? Wake that ass up. Told your big daddy when you wake your ass up. Yo, what is you waiting for? Wake that ass up.
After we do the show, then stop. Then what? Subscribe it like it's hot. After we do the show, then stop. Now what? Subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. Subscribe it like it's hot. Subscribe it like it's hot.
It's definitely a wild time out here, so I would tell everybody, ladies and gentlemen, please stay prayed up. Speaking of crazy times, there was a woman who was on the news yesterday. She communicates with dogs, and what makes her special about communicating with dogs is she could speak to a dog whether they're dead or alive. And they interviewed her, and she was saying, if I couldn't do this, I wouldn't believe anyone else could either. We know that she's one of our sisters from the Caucasus Mountains. How would y'all feel like if somebody was able to communicate with one of your pets that passed away? Like maybe when you were younger, you had a dog or a cat, and you could hire this woman to, like, how does she translate what they're saying? I have so many questions.
I would first, she has to prove that she is authentically talking to my deceased pet. Like, you have to tell me like things that happened with the pets, like that, so I can know that the same way if it was a family member, she would have to like, oh, like, did your grandmother's name start with this letter? What did she do this? And you have to do the same thing with the dog. Like, you have to tell me something that happened with my dog or my cat in the past that only that animal would know, so that you could prove to me that you talking to them.
Right.
And that's in death or in life. Because if you saying you talking to this dog, Stormy, my daughter's dog, you gotta have to tell me some of the things about Stormy that only she and my daughter and I would know.
I agree. Like, does she translate? Does she go, ruff, 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 ruff? Like, how is she? Like, I would love to see if she could get Dobie. Like, if she could talk to my dog Dobie, I miss him so much. I just want to know, what would she say? Like, how was she? Or she bark like how Dobie did? Like, how does she translate what she's saying?
Well, I wouldn't want to go to somebody that claimed that they could talk to my pet. When my pet was here, my pet didn't talk to me. And so it's nothing that, they're going to say that's been like, I'm not excited about that. Like, my pet didn't talk to me, B. And they gone, and now they want to talk to me while they gone. What kind of nah, I'm not feeling that. No. So
well, she said she could talk to the dog while it's alive as well.
Nah, I'm good on that.
If
she could do that, if my dog, listen, no, I don't need nobody to be talking to my dog. I need my dog to talk to me. If my dog can't talk to me, I'm good. You could just tell me anything. Just like the vets, I always say, how do you know if the vet is telling you the truth, right? You take your animal in there. They take your animal in the back. Animals can't talk. They come outside, they like, yeah, they got this wrong with them, and it's going to cost you $5,000. And then you just like, all right, you don't question nothing that the vet say. That's the biggest, that's a big hustle. I'm telling y'all right now, that veterinarian is a big hustle. They get a bag from me every time I go, and I don't know if they telling me the truth. I don't know what they doing to my dog in the back. They say, oh, we took his blood. How I know? I didn't see y'all draw blood. Y'all take the dog in the back. Y'all take the cats in the back. We don't know.
Y'all take the cats in the back. Y'all take the cats in the back.
I do agree with you with that. So I feel like, that is actually true. And it's like, that's why it's so sad when people do spend so much money and then the dog or the cat or the animal doesn't make it. It's like,
That's what I'm saying. So homegirl capping, don't believe the hype. She could tell you anything. Dogs can't talk. All right. So how you talking to any animal? I don't believe you. I don't. How can you prove it?
I don't believe
I
you. You need more
I don't
people.
believe you. No. Bye.
What else I don't believe is that right now they are saying that Lori Harvey has men sign a NDA prior to dating her with a $1 million penalty attached to it. How do y'all feel about that?
I'm going to keep it cute because we're going to protect Black women. So I'm going to let Babs. Babs, how do you feel about that?
We're going to protect Black women. Babs, what do you think?
Because that might not be her motto.
Say it again. Say it again one time, love.
Lori Harvey, she has people sign a non-disclosure agreement while they in,
and it has $1 million clause that if you go against the agreement, you have to pay $1 million. Like, what if she? So all her niggas got $1 million. First of all, go Lori. Okay.
All right.
This is $1 million
Listen,
box.
That's weird. But you know, if you could get it. I ain't mad.
First of all, my whole thing is I don't really want to. I mean, I do understand because these new dudes wear dresses, and I'm not talking about the ones that are transitioning. Like they acting like more like women each and every day. Be ready to have tell-all books and let you pay all the bills. Like these are the new ladies of the world. So if you're not dealing with a real one, if you're not dealing with somebody that's understands, it's about we don't need no you to sign nothing. You're supposed to be about your word. Like you ain't supposed to be kissing and telling. So I do understand her doing that, but this is why I only deal with a certain kind of person that I know, if this don't work out, you ain't gonna be spreading all these. It's not even lies, just our business. Like now, my computer is working, and we have exclusive.
Hold up,
because
look, Lista, let me just say this real quick. I'm sorry, Lista. If I smash if I smash Lori, I'm telling. Yeah, if I smash Lori Harvey, I'm telling, B.
You
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm telling.
See, and that's what I'm saying. So yes, I do understand, Lori. You see, they out for you, sis. They out for you. So I get it. It's right in our own backyards. Our own friend, our girl, Babs Bunny, the first lady of the streets, said that your business is going to be in the streets. Okay.
Now I'm gonna explain something to you. First of all, this loving that I got is so dope. You gonna go want to tell somebody, baby. I ain't gotta say nothing. That's first of all. And second of all, like I wouldn't say nothing because like I know secrets about people, but the reason why I don't say nothing is because I don't want somebody else to think, oh, I get Luck mad. That's what she gonna do to me. Cause I got secrets that could break people down, baby. But I'm like chill, cause I don't want the next person to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So she ain't got to worry about me talking. Now, I can't tell you what the people at the table next to us going to do. Or I can't tell you what the people, some of my friends might take a picture. But me, I'm amongst the word.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel there's a difference between being private and hiding your relationship. These are two different things. So, I'm all for privacy. And at this point, if you're not the one that I know you are my person, I'm not promoting you. Like, what's real don't need to be explained. So you don't need to be like my crush and all of these things. Like, let's get to know each other and see if this is actually something we could build on. Now, R. Kelly is, he's still incarcerated, but while in prison, he actually just released a new album today, and it is entitled I Admit It. And then, according to the rumor mill, is giving people a lot to talk about. In one of the songs, he says, I admit I F with all the ladies. So that's both older and younger ladies. But tell me how they call it pedophile, because that's crazy. R. Kelly said this. Robert Kelly. He's dropping music. He seems to be incriminating himself, but they say the truth.
He said that's crazy?
Yeah, he said, this is a lyric. He said, I admit I F with all the ladies. That's both older and younger ladies. But tell me how they call it pedophile, because that's crazy.
Okay. Wow. I before I speak on the lyrics or anything like that, I want to hear the album. I'm gonna listen to the album. If I think R. Kelly is the spokeschild for that, and I don't agree with his behaviors, but I know when I was in high school, older men were driving and picking up the girls. This has been a part of the culture forever. I do not agree with some of the age groups or anything, but I feel like a lot of us are being holier than thou. You know, I know a lot of girls who messed with older guys and people who will admit it. And you know, now we acting like R. Kelly was, you know, taking this thing and it wasn't consensual. I'm not saying it's correct. Also, what I'm
I mean,
saying
it's
is,
like when parents let their kids get a tattoo, right? Like if they're under 18, if you take your child, do you see like it's the same thing as that? Because these parents okayed it as well. It was more than
some
just
of
the
these
child.
girls, one of the girls, her parents followed R. Kelly to his shows, like went to his concert,
Right.
and then took her backstage. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, I know that when I was younger, 16 years old, my mother's not letting me go to the studio with no grown man, especially when we knew about Aaliyah and all these other things. And then on top of that, like, I do not agree with what he was doing. You understand what I'm saying? Does it happen all the time? It runs rampant. One thing that we don't really discuss this a lot in our community. And then on top of that, if we're gonna cancel R. Kelly, we have to cancel a lot of people. We have to cancel Elvis. We have to cancel Chuck Berry. We have to cancel BBD. BBD said backstage, underage, adolescents. How you doing? Fine. She wild side. I like
What
to do the
song was
wild
that?
thing. The one that we was dancing to when we were younger.
Poison?
Baby.
It's called Do
Oh,
Me Baby.
I
Do
was
Me
like, wait,
Baby.
is that Poison? Like, what are
No.
we talking
And
about?
we all was doing the Running Man and the Roger Rabbit, and this man said backstage, underage,
Yo.
adolescents. How you doing? Fine. She was wild. I like to do the wild thing. Action took place. Hey,
Oh,
these
well,
people
we have.
were writing. These
Well,
people were
I
writing
know. I said
lyrics
that's
about it.
crazy.
These people were telling us, and we was like, "Ah, do me, baby." You know what I'm saying? Literally,
Well,
do
R.
me,
Kelly is telling
baby.
us more. We have more lyrics. He said, "You may have your opinions, entitled to your opinions, but am I really supposed to go to jail or lose my career because of your opinions?" This is R. Kelly's new on his song entitled. The album is entitled "I Admit It." This song is called "I Admit It Part 2," and these are the lyrics said by Robert "I Admit It" Kelly. Babs, how do you feel?
First off, let me tell you, I apologize. You know, I'm out. I'm in Florida. It's volume today. The girls are battling today, so I'm running around. It's mad noisy in the mall right now. I'm trying to pull it together, and so I just want to make that clear because you know I'm all over the place. So I wanted to apologize about that. But I'm not here for nothing that R. Kelly is doing new. I'm here for the old music, not here for the new music. But as far as what Luck was saying with the dudes back in the days, yeah, I was getting picked up from high school, so I was on that type of vibe, and that's what it was back in the day. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. And I feel like he's like on his OJ shit. Remember OJ came out with that book, If I Did It?
This is how
Like
I
that's
did it.
wild. Yeah, that's wild.
I hate you on that, man. I just don't want us all to act brand new. I just see like, yeah, R. Kelly is who he is and what he is, you know what I mean? And I think the brother might need help above all things, but I just feel like it's a lot of people who admitted that they do these things as well. Priscilla Presley was 14 when she married Elvis, and they just dropped his movie. So y'all sit here and let them burn y'all black greats at the stake if you want. R. Kelly, we don't agree with what you did, and it's not cool. But y'all go ahead and let him destroy his legacy and throw it away while they got movies about Elvis and how great he was. Shout out M. Easy in the building, how great he was, and his wife was 14. My father 20 years older than my mother.
That's what I'm saying.
There's some cultures where it's normal. I'm not with it. And if that's not something that you want for your daughter or your child, fine. I'm just saying R. Kelly, he should be held accountable, but for him to be the spokeschild and for us to throw R. Kelly away and stuff like that, I think is ridiculous. I think that he is a scapegoat. You know, I'm sorry. I saw our president massaging little girls' shoulders and whispering their ears during the campaign. You know what I mean? Like, and I know we don't like Donald Trump, but Donald Trump said he gonna drain the swamp. And what he do? All of these sex trafficking rings start hitting. Everything is hitting now. So I'm not saying that, you know, what people are doing is correct. I'm just saying, like, as far as we taking it with R. Kelly, it's not fair because a lot of people are in that boat.
Meghan Markle shared that she wasn't treated like a black woman until she moved to the UK. I'm going to let her explain, and then we're going to go to everyone on the panel for comment. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Maybe luck will pull you up to chat.
Minority, but not be treated as a minority right off the bat. Obviously now people are very aware of my race because they made it such an issue when I went to the UK, but before that, most people didn't treat me like a black woman. So that talk didn't have to happen for me.
How do y'all feel about her saying that she wasn't treated as a black woman prior to moving to the UK? And that there was, I guess, never a conversation that needed to be had between her and her mother about, you know, how black people are treated.
I thought Malcolm X was going to talk first.
Hold up. First of all, I've seen the documentary. It's 3 parts right now. They're gonna add the other parts. It's really good. I blame her mother. I'm not mad at her. Meghan. I blame her moms because her moms even said in the same documentary that she wished she would have taught her about, you know.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, that's the person who's at fault. But the fact that she realized it and that she said that she wished she would have did that is why I don't feel no type of way. She didn't say that she thought she wasn't black. She never said that. She said that she just never was treated. She never went through what, you know, some other, you know, a lot of black people go through. And I mean, other people, yeah, exactly. And a dark-skinned girl could say the same thing about a light-skinned girl. So I don't feel no type of way about that.
It all depends on where she was raised and things of that nature. You know, it's so funny. I watched a movie. It's an old movie that I watched with my mom and Irv. In the movie Imitation of Life, the woman, she was a dark-skinned woman. She went and lived with a white woman. She was making pancakes. They got rich and everything, but her daughter was very light-skinned. And her daughter lived the life of a white woman. And even when her mother came to school and the teacher was like, we don't have any black students. And the mother was like, no, that's my daughter right there. The daughter was... Just like the daughter was ashamed.
Movie. No, I love that movie.
And the daughter was ashamed that she made, you know, her mother cry. And then at the end, when her mom's died, then she's crying over the grave and all of this other stuff. But you could blame Meghan, but it's our society and how it is. And maybe her living in California in her neighborhood where she was at, she might have passed off as Latino. Or it wasn't. There are neighborhoods, ladies and gentlemen, in America, like where race doesn't matter. I'm not going to say it matters, but like, for instance, I know like where I grew up in Teaneck, New Jersey. It's like, it's a melting pot. So some kids might feel the same way as Meghan because we don't, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, sis, you black. And when the Duchess came to the wedding and she wore the Moor on her shirt, I told you about this before, she wore Moor. And everybody said she was racist and trying to make fun of Meghan and this, that, and third. But nah, she was just giving homage because she know that the Moors came to England and basically saved them, taught them everything, gave them technology, you know what I'm saying? Taught them hygiene. There's a lot of things that people need to go research so that you can understand where we are and why we are the way we are today. There's a lot that happened, you know, 1600, 1700. There's a lot that happened that we just need to research. Since you black.
I definitely agree, and I think that her mom was irresponsible in raising her. Like, it would be different if it was in reverse, and I'm only giving a courtesy because, you know, because most white women don't take the time out to learn the culture, and I always feel that when it comes to being, you know, biracial, I consider whatever your mom is, whatever you came out of, that's what you're gonna be more like. So it's like, I feel like her being a black mother, for you to let your daughter just walk around passable, she did not let her think she was Spanish. Like, I mean, of course she knew she was black, but she wasn't treated as a Spanish child. She was treated like she was white.
But with every parent raised
and probably when people was asking her if she was the nanny, she talking about, yeah, like, nobody got time for you, like, you know, shielding your child. And now, like, you really did her a disservice. Like, she walked up in Buckingham Palace thinking that she was the next Princess Diana, and they was like, no, Kizzy, here's a mop. And she was like, what are you doing? Why are you handing me a mop? He's like, this is what we give y'all. Go clean.
Let me ask you a question. What if it's not her mom doing her an injustice? Our parents, everybody, all of us are doing each other injustice. White people, black people, Spanish people. Like, we're teaching our children to separate ourselves. Like, I understand, but maybe everybody need to teach their kids like how she did. I looked up.
Yeah, but then when you get scrutinized, you're not ready. Like, it's not that we teaching them. We're just letting them know this is how the world is. Yeah, we would love for it to be harmonious and hugs and kisses, rainbows and unicorns. But in real life, especially in the UK, it's different. And she should have acknowledged that. And of course, even acknowledge the fact that she has privilege. Let her know about that early on so she knows how to deal. Like, my daughter, she loved Skechers for a long time. It wasn't until we went to Harlem and her sneakers lighting up and the girls was like, what are those? Like, why aren't you wearing Jordans? And Brielle was like, they're Skechers. Like, what's wrong with y'all? It's because she didn't know. So it's just like, when it comes to certain things, yes, let a child be a child, let them enjoy life and let them be. But when it comes to certain things, you have to teach them at a certain age. And when it's time to let them know that the world is different.
Can I tell you something? Bink said no. Shut up, Bink. You know what's so strange, and racism to me is so primitive, and it just shows how delayed our whole planet is, right? Because if you just simply go, Google is your friend. You go look up, where did white people come from? Now, of course, there's plenty of books where our people say something different, but it just on Google, they'll tell you everybody started off in Kemet. Everybody started off in Africa.
Africa, right?
And then because of moving to temperatures with less sunlight, the UV rays, your skin became lighter so that it can get adjusted to where you are. You understand what I'm saying? So just to know that we're all related and we're sitting here fighting each other. I understand the way the world is and how it is and harmonious, but I just think it is so dumb.
So are you saying that the Africans from, you said Kemet, what was the word? What was the place? Kemet. So then everybody went to different place. So they ended up what? In a cave, and because there was no light, they got lighter so that they wouldn't need light bulbs, so they could have some kind of illumination in the cave. Yo,
babe, that's what I'm saying. After hundreds of years, I mean, I'm not trying to get too deep into it, but I mean, even if you read the Bible, they were cursed to the Caucasus Mountain. I believe it was Canaan, and you get cursed to the Caucasus Mountain. So that's the other side where our distant brothers and sisters are from. But being that they had left the motherland, we're the first surfers. We're the first ones making these boats. Christopher Columbus could not surf the ocean blue, sail the ocean blue, if it wasn't for the Moors. They had just left Spain. All you have, the information is there, ladies and gentlemen. Like, my cousin this morning sent me one of these new memes that they do talking about relationships. Don't send me that. Send me things that's going to expand my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, do the research. You will look at the world way differently if you just understood how we got here and where we are today. Just to find out that the war is still going on with the Palestinians and all of them. That's in the Bible. That started all the way back with Abraham. But if you don't know what's going on, you're going to wake up and you're going to let everybody tell you this is the way it is. You got to be like, nah.
So you don't feel like, Babs, how do you feel? Do you feel like parents should treat their children's upbringing like Meghan Markle?
I definitely feel like you should teach your kids about their history, who they are. I definitely agree with you 100%. I had a debate with a friend yesterday about it, and they were saying they didn't see nothing wrong with what her mother did. And I was like, how? Because, she grew up and was confused.
Hey,
She's
ladies.
just confused. She don't know what's going on. And look, how do we know she paid homage with the more pendant? Or she wasn't saying like, yeah, y'all taught us everything, but we conquered y'all and took all the shit from y'all, took everything from you. So why wasn't she saying that?
She was welcoming us back home. It was a small sign. If you know, you know. Yeah, like we back in the building. Or if you go to the museums over there in London where they stole everything and everybody is asking, they just asked for the Brazilian stone back. Oh, everybody is woke now. They are coming for their artifacts, okay? So it's a big thing going on in the world. But if you go to the museums, you'll see paintings of black people with them. We taught them, you know what I'm saying? Everything. She was giving homage. Trust me, I saw it. But welcome to the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
But
Hey,
love,
hey,
on the
so this
documentary,
is
they also
Mrs.
show
Tumin's
paintings
AKA.
depicting slavery in the palace, and they talked about it.
So yeah,
Yeah,
my name is Mrs. Too Many AKAs, aka Hazel Rose, right? So yeah, like as far as the situation with Megan, like the truth is we were the, you know, the original people, and I feel like that is paying homage to that situation or whatever. But it just goes along with that, the whole documentary, like what's going on with Kyrie and the Hebrews to Negroes situation, because we were the original Jews and everything that's going on with Kanye and all of that. It really stemmed from that with the original 12 tribes of Israel. And people think that it's just like only black people, you know what I'm saying, or part of the 12 tribes. The 12 tribes describe every single nation globally. So the Hispanics, you know, the whites, the Asians, Chinese Asians, the Indian, it literally describes every kind of person. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like our knowledge of our own history is lost because, you know what I'm saying, what happened? We got shipped over here.
no, not
Right.
only
Okay.
that, but not only that, but then we fought to get in school with our oppressors, and then got our education from the oppressors. So as soon as you sit
Right.
down, they tell you, we found America, we made it great, y'all were slaves. That's the first
Right.
thing that come into a child's mind. So you're separating them from greatness. You're separating
Right.
them from where they came from. You make it sound, and then us growing up, we call people African booty scratchers. We were ignorant to how rich and beautiful our country was. See,
That's a
let me
fact.
explain to y'all. Let me explain to you why this
That's a,
merchant thing is. Let me tell you why this merchant thing is real
Okay.
big.
Well, let's say thank you to our guests and
Oh,
let
thank you.
everybody know how they can follow you.
oh yeah, you just, hey, Mrs. Too Many AKAs, and I'll holler at y'all later.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you.
All
you.
right.
Thank
Peace
you,
out,
Miss
ladies.
Too Many AKAs. The merchant thing is big because he was supplying guns to the Congo. It's a big conflict in the Congo right now. And you say, well, what does that have to do with us? It is the richest country with minerals in the world. Diamonds, gold, uranium, the stuff that they need to make your cell phones. They got this new thing I never even heard of. All of the minerals that everybody wants is in the Congo right now. And they are oppressed with war. They are chopping off limbs. They are killing. What's going on, TG? They are chopping off limbs. They're doing a lot, but we're not interested in it. We're not watching it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, yo, you have to do your research, ladies and gentlemen. It's very important so that you can understand what is going on around you and why, and then you be able to move and decipher. So I'm not looking at it like I have enemies. My enemies is darkness. You know what I'm saying? I've met wonderful white people. I've met horrible Spanish people. Like, you know, it's I can't judge you for what you are. I love people who move with
Yeah,
light.
of course.
Ladies and
But,
gentlemen,
yeah,
please
but
do
we
your
just wanted.
research.
So, but you have nephews. So do you feel like you would not teach them that, you know, being young black men, they are intimidated by you. You're not going to teach them that there's a certain way that you need to be, you know, aware of your surroundings, aware of how people perceive you, aware. Like, do you not teach them that, or like you know, like, what do you feel about that?
My brother-in-law don't play that.
Yeah, we're not talking about him. We talk about you and how you feel. You said that you don't feel like it don't make sense.
No, I didn't say it didn't make sense. With me, they have to learn where they are. My nephews never experienced racism until we moved to Georgia. I understand it, but my brother-in-law will teach them from a black man's perspective. Me, I will show them, you know, all sides of it. You know what I mean? If I hold up this bottle of water, you can just see that. But if I turn it around, there's plenty different angles to see the bottle of water at. So I just make sure that they are, you know, they know everything. Like, yeah, I'm in the world, but I'm not of it. Yeah, I know that I was born with melanin in my skin, and I know that there's certain people who were taught to hate me, this, that, and third, this, that, and third. But just because I had this mind frame, I'm not going to judge somebody on their skin and then not be their friend,
right?
Because of what I've been taught.
But no, what we were saying was that, did Meghan Markle's mother do her a disservice? So based on what you just said, yes. because she should have had all angles and taught her everything. Now, knowing everything, we're going to shift to a little more fun. So Wildin' Out cast member and also Instagram sensation Pretty V, she was allegedly dating Rick Ross, and it was never confirmed, but it seems that she has made a confirmation, and she lets us know what about the boss, Rick Ross, does she like.
You're dating a boss. So say the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. Rick Ross, is that really what kind of attracted you to him to say, no, that's the guy for me?
Yeah, it's the boss. I think it's the boss in him. I just think he's like, I like guys who lead. So when you're a leader, you can step to me,
That's real.
But again, when it comes down to Ross, like Ross is the type of person who you look at and you just admire, you're inspired by. Like, I want to do what you're doing, so teach me. So in the back end, I'm actually a student to the game as well. So I mean, yeah, if you want to say that, that's just what it is.
Rumor has it that you're dating a boss. So say the biggest boss.
Okay, so thoughts, ladies? How do y'all feel about Pretty V and what she likes about the biggest boss, Rick Ross?
I knew she was dating him. I didn't need her to confirm it. I peeped the vibes. I seen all of that. Shout out to them. I'm here for happiness. And if she, because every day he's hustling. Like, I love it. I'm all here for it. I'm here for her. Being with somebody whose breast is kind of bigger than hers. I'm all here for it.
No, see, that wasn't
And
it.
speaking of breast, he gonna bring, well, not breast, he gonna bring that other white meat, them wings. Them wings.
Now, I had to crack a joke. I'm sorry. Shout out to Rick Ross. I had to. Shout out to Rick Ross.
I said, that wasn't nice, Dabs. That wasn't nice.
She was joking. How do you feel about it, Lady Luck, Chanel Jones?
I'm here for it. I mean, at first, I like when I was hearing rumors about it before, I was like, what kind of couple is that? But now I'm here for it, and I love her mentality on it. I love that she was like, yo, he's older. I saw a different interview. She's like, yo, he's older, and there's a certain type of wisdom that come with it. The experience you have. So like, if you older and you dating somebody and you with them and they want to learn and soak it up, like she know her position. She's not gonna come in there like, I can get my own money. I know everything. You know what I mean? Like, she's playing the role of. I just appreciate what she said. She got head on straight.
I mean, I like women like that too, because she definitely is. It seems like a very, like headstrong and probably an alpha female. But when the alpha female meets the right man that makes her feel comfortable enough that he can actually lead and she can learn, she's ready. So God, I'm still here.
Pretty V, Pretty V, comedian. The comedian Pretty V. She's funny on Instagram. No, I was answering.
Yeah, she's on Wildin' Out. She's an actress, and she's on that show, Rap Shit. That's on I think like HBO Showtime. Is created by Issa Rae. She has I think she's also from Miami, so maybe she and Rick Ross crossed paths in Miami, and it just was love at first bite. They probably were eating Wingstop.
I'm happy for her.
All I can think about is Wingstop.
I'm happy. I'm happy for her. I'm proud of her. You know what I'm saying? And I've been, I've been one of the first supporters, and she don't switch up. Some people, they get a little big and they switch up. Shout out to Pretty V. She ain't switch up. So I'm happy for her success.
And Rick Ross is really a nice person. I met him at Sirius a couple of years ago. I actually met him twice. And both times he was always so nice. And he does have a kind of energy, like very magnetic. And when he speaks, he has that, that tone. He make you feel like he gonna take care of you. You're like, oh yes. And he gonna make sure you eat good. Because sometimes when you be out on dates, you be a little shy. You don't want to eat in front of the man. You like, damn, I don't want him to see me bust down these chicken wings like this. I don't want him to see me eat the salmon the way I'm about to eat this. But pause, no freaky. But Rick Ross seemed like he would accommodate and take you to somewhere really nice. And like she said, teach her some things about the business. So congratulations to them. Black love does still matter. Now, speaking of Black love mattering, Kevin Hunter, Wendy Williams' estranged husband, he opened up about they're divorced. I guess they're divorced now, her ex-husband. And he said that he should have got a divorce from her 10 years ago. Like, he said he should have got a divorce. Of course, he's being dragged because people are saying that he, of course, was using her. So it was like, of course, you didn't leave because you wanted to take advantage of the situation. So, but then there are other people that were saying that, you know, maybe he just didn't know how to leave. How do you feel about him speaking out about this? Do you feel, you know, like, what are your thoughts?
I was down in Miami. I know I was down in Fort Lauderdale back in March, and I'm in the street just shooting a music video, and then I see this dope ass Phantom truck come down the street, and then the man rolls down the window, and I was like, "Oh, sir, your car is dope." He like, "Yeah, what's up, Lady Luck?" And was pushing up, and I was like, "Hey, this is my girlfriend right here." And he was like, "Hey, what y'all doing tonight? Trying to take both of y'all out." I said, "Oh shit!" And then when he pulled off, she was like, "Bitch, that was Kevin Hunter." I said, "Oh shit." I watched the whole thing. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna talk bad about Kevin. Did I just talk bad about Kevin? I ain't gonna talk bad about Kevin. I just talk bad about him? A little bit. No,
I mean, it's your truth. You didn't say anything bad. You just explained something that happened to you.
I still got the footage. I got the footage of it happening. He pulled up, rolled the window down. What's
That's
up,
hilarious.
I'm like, this little look. Hi. Hey. But I mean, I seen their marriage from the rip, so I ain't gonna really speak on it. You know, I do have some things to say, but I'm gonna just keep it positive today. You know what I'm saying? Baby, right? We was in Florida. He pulled up trying to holler. I said, "I'll take both of y'all out." But
he also said that he said, okay, hold on. Delivery. I don't know what that is. Yeah, quick break. Yeah, I'll take over.
Well, saying that he should have married her, they should have divorced her 10 years ago. It's cold-blooded. What you think, B?
I think he's speaking his truth. You know, it's a lot of people that's in relationships that they'll look back on and be like, "Dag, I let all those years go by. I should have just left." People stay because, you know, they're comfortable or business arrangements or whatever type of reason, but they ain't there because they truly love each other. You be in the same house, but it's like it becomes a roommate. Like, y'all not even like having no romantic nothing anymore. They just like your friend basically. And so when you get to that point, yes, you should leave. I have no problem with him speaking his truth. Everybody else speaking his truth. They did a whole movie, a Lifetime movie. And so at the end of the day, yes, he should speak his truth now. Absolutely. And if he feel like he should have left 10 years ago, then hey, he should have left 10 years ago and continued a business relationship with her and just, you know, handle business. That's what I think.
Crazy because, like, after you come up, like, when he first got with her, he didn't have that. Like, she was Wendy. You know, she was Wendy when that did. I mean, I understand when people can't stay together. That I don't know. I just be having a problem with the, like, you come up all crazy and now you talking about, I should have been left you. I shouldn't have got
and
with
he
you.
also said,
yeah, but that's the thing though, Luck. Just because you with somebody and they help you and, you know, you come up with them, don't mean that you obligated to. But so
she
what?
put him on. She put him
But
on.
no,
She
but
was,
this is the thing.
he did help her.
Hold up. He did help her a lot, and everybody behind the scenes that work with them will tell you that it was his idea for her to have that show. He pitched it. It was him who did all of that. Now, does it mean that because she was Wendy before he met her, that he should stay with her forever? Yes. Even though he's not happy with her, that he should just stay with her because she was Wendy Williams before he met her?
That's true. I mean, he coined himself the king behind the purple chair. He did confirm that Charlemagne is the one who introduced him to Sharina, the woman that he is with now and has a child with now. And he also said that Wendy knew early on that Charlemagne wasn't the person that they thought that he was, and that he really did pour into Charlemagne, and he let Charlemagne live in their condo for 6 or 7 years for free as he built his career. And he also said that when it comes to Sharina, he said there's no way that I or Wendy would have made it if I didn't have her, Sharina, to turn to. So he's saying conversations with Sharina is the reason why he didn't leave Wendy as soon as he wanted to.
Hold on.
And he said Wendy knew. He said Wendy knew She said Wendy knew about her and that
Yeah,
she
Wendy
wanted
said
to
that.
stay. And so at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, I just don't feel like, oh, like, because she was popping when he met her, that if he's unhappy, that he should stay with her because she was popping when he met her and she changed his life. That doesn't mean 10 years later that I'm happy and that I should just stay with you because of that.
Yes,
No,
it does. It's
that's
called
crazy.
loyalty.
No, it don't mean that, but it does mean that when
You
you
better
leave,
stay here.
you
Better not
can't
go
take
here.
all of these, like, like, what do you want? No, like, now go rebuild with Sharina. Like, you don't get to have this
I
same,
just got
don't
a
ask me for
problem with you taking.
alimony and don't ask me for spousal support. Like, all of those things, you
You
need
take
to,
all that lady. You take that lady last good years, and then you know what I'm saying. Now you're not happy. You happier with the younger chick. Maybe they
He
could have
said he
had.
wasn't happy 10 years ago when Wendy knew about it and wanted to stay with him. And so at the end of the day, she could have left. She chose to stay
She
with
was
him.
open.
And he
She was open
decided
to
to
an
say,
open marriage.
and guess what? And he wasn't no more. He was
Don't
over it.
yeah. So, I mean,
Fine.
I do know how it feels to be in a relationship and you just want to leave and then, just you don't want to hurt the person, you don't know how to say it. And then especially what happens when you try to leave and then the person is saying, "Well, I'll just take whatever you give me. Like, it's okay. You can have a second family, a second relationship." She just wanted to save face and not let herself become the gossip that she did become later on. Like, she wanted to just keep
Yo,
it closed and let him have his double life and nobody knows otherwise.
marriage is sacred. You took those vows for better or for worse, and I feel like they maybe should. I don't know if they got therapy, couples therapy. I don't know what they did, if they tried to help their situation, but to see the condition that Wendy is in right now, you don't leave somebody. Like, I was reading about a baseball player who left his wife right after she had brain surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people out here like, oh, I'm not happy no more. And I mean, that's cool, but you took those vows, and those vows are sacred. And you should stand by them. Marriage is sacred, so even if you're not happy, you stood before God, and said, for better or for worse, for richer for poor. So I just don't take that lightly.
I like that. I respect that.
And for better or for worse, but after you can't deal with the worst, they have something called divorce. It's legal. And even though you take them vows for better or for worse, they tell you that you can legally, erase them vows and get divorced. You should not, and I'm going to tell you, life is short. And you should
I
not
want y'all
stay
to
with
watch The
somebody and
Tutors.
be unhappy because they gave you money or,
Not that.
put you on in a situation. And so now you should die unhappy. I'm not with that.
Divorce came about because I want y'all to watch The Tutors. It's a show. Besides it being educational, it's not a documentary, nothing like that. It's like one of these Game of Thrones show, but it's The Tutors, and I think it's about King Henry. I think it is, but he's the one who even initiated it, and they broke up from the church because the Vatican was not trying to give him a divorce from Anne Boyle, and he ended up decapitating her and then started his own. He was like, well, I'm not down with the church no more. And that's how they got the Church of England going on. And they changed a lot in the Bible. But what I would simply say is that you could get divorced in front of men, but in front of God, there's a difference. Or we could just be godless out here. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to worry about what vows we take. Then what's the point of having that and saying that before God? And go Henry VIII, there we go. And having that, before God and doing all that before God. If you're going to be like, I'm not happy, I'm out.
Everybody don't do it before God. Some people don't go to the church to get
That's
married.
what
They
I'm
go
saying.
to the justice of peace. And so if you go to the justice of peace, you can go back to the courthouse and get a divorce. Now, if you want to stick it through and stay through worse, this is not back in the day. This is a new era. And I'm outside. If I'm not happy, I'm outside. Life is short. I'm not doing that. No.
I hear you. I hear you. I'm just saying, I take those vows. I take those vows seriously. But I mean, we agree to disagree. People don't get married for love anymore. I mean, love is not enough just to get married. There has to be a lot. Love fades sometime. Beauty fades. It has to be more. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe y'all shouldn't get. Nobody would be married. Yo, I'm telling you, overflow. The country's in trouble, man. Like, and I blame the music. Back in the 50s, they had songs about love all day, about how I love you, girl, and then everybody was in love, everybody was married. Nowadays, these hoes ain't loyal, and the hoes ain't loyal. You know what I'm saying? So I blame the music. I mean, our home base is falling apart. You know what I mean? The foundation and everything. But I mean, that's everybody else. You know.
It seems like more people want to, like, more women want to be mothers than wives. Like, they feel like having a child by someone is enough of a connection to, like, kind of like control the situation, or like, you know, like now you have a lifetime connection. That's why I feel like I'm noticing more. It just seems like more women want to have babies before they want to have, you know, rings.
I blame,
and I even too. I have a child with somebody I'm not married with, but you know, yeah.
I blames the music. When I was younger, right, they had songs about these hoes and stuff, and these hoes, and then the boys I was going to school with, they was influenced by the music, and they started to behave like how they heard the rappers. So then these guys keep this behavior going. Now they get older, now they in their 20s or 18s or whatever. Now they having babies by these girls that they calling that. You understand what I'm saying? And I've watched the generation of that. And then now we want to complain about these kids with all of the drugs that they taking. Well, we taught them what they know. We gave them the tools. When I was younger, they would have one person talk about lean. Now everybody's drinking lean. And they didn't do it because they went to the doctor and they needed it for a cold and got addicted. Nah. The music is influencing the frequency across the board, is influencing the people, man. All of us is dealing with trauma that we have to fix from growing up and all of that other stuff. We got a lot of work to do as a people. And first of all, as a race, and then as human beings, we all have to heal and get over this stupid racism. And we have to learn how to love each other again. Love is like becoming rare out here. And let me explain something else to y'all. Marriage is more than just love. It is wealth. And that's why you see with other nationalities, they might even sleep in separate bedrooms. You get what I'm saying? It's beyond that because it's the foundation that you are building. Some people, you're right, they don't get married for love. It's the finances and all of the different things coming along. You see these billionaires getting divorced. Don't get it twisted. That's just a way for them to hide their money. Don't you ever get it twisted, baby. But what I'm simply saying is that, like, as far as people are concerned, they broke our families up when we first got here, allegedly, for a reason. Understand that. We like you said in the comments, we died to keep our families together when we first got here, and now we fighting because we don't want to stay together. Ladies and gentlemen, do your research and know what's going on so that you could be fully aware. I love you all.